first TCUP we had established our infrastructure. The second TCUP we acquired established our programs. Now we're going to align with the mission of NSF and look at research. So the Pathways to STEM's career, the next TCUP, this TCUP, the current TCUP we have now, will address that. We are going to go ahead and reach out to other, to schools using our distance learning or using our broadband capacity, work with adjunct faculty or faculty members within that type of environment and train our students in engineering, pre-engineering type certificates, and then seeing how that particular program can align with research projects that actually impact those students in their communities to help them, fulfill and get the job completed.
This is my second year. During my first year, I got involved in a proposal to the National Science Foundation titled NTU Project Pathways to STEM Careers. And the main, like I said, there were essentially two main elements in this proposal. The first one was to develop a pipeline of students from high schools into the STEM programs at Navajo Tech or elsewhere, and the idea was to use the dual credit approach, such that students could count this towards satisfying their requirements for graduation from high school, and would also then count as college credit towards their engineering degree in particular. And so we were awarded the grant in October of 2015, and so that's been about 4 or 5 months. We had spent the first year during before we got the grant award doing a lot of groundwork, and so we were able to start actually progress towards satisfying the goals of the grant. The next phase is to start delivering by this fall of 2016, our first dual credit course. And due to the unknown parameters of internet access and such, and also the need to be able to provide support to the high schools, we're looking to first pilot our first courses with Crown Point High School in particular, and and then quickly move into more schools after we've tested that. During the year leading up to the award of the grant, and then in the early phases of the grant, we've discovered several things. One in particular is that we didn't have a lot of resources on campus as far as faculty or staff that were available to help in this research. And then the large distance between schools and communities is a big factor, and so so one of the things that we basically developed was the idea of having the students, the electrical engineering students that are hired as research assistants to be an integral part of the research effort, and actually have each student identify research areas. Some of those being directly related to satisfying the goals of the grant, and then other areas being those that might lead to what their interest in their careers and things are. And so in both cases, the idea of the students being involved in the IRB process, and for doing human research, where we're going to have surveys of, say, high school students or K through 12 students, and and then also being able to do engineering type research. And then the goals of those, I suppose, is definitely to publish the results and then be looking to essentially come up with ideas for future proposals.
One of the only things that I see wrong with this course is that there's no interaction with our instructor. I mean, if it was like like an online where we can have interaction with Q&As.
I like how the all the teaching material is put on one site and everybody has access to it instead of having to individually, distribute.
This class is pretty good if you read the book. So I've been reading the book mostly, trying to every chapter. But the only problem that I see is I have to agree with Derek that we can't talk to anyone that here. So I mean, it would be nice if he could like sit live Skype or something like that. Then we can ask him questions. Then that would it would be nice.
And Trick provides this for you automatically. And so you, by declaring this, it's basically saying,
I believe that it's a good thing that to have online courses, but they have to be taught well. I believe I've taken some online courses with other universities and I really didn't learn anything from it. It was basically because I did a lot of the learning on my own, and we were just kind of just put in groups together with people that I didn't even know, and that I couldn't contact or anything, and they basically just one person just had to step up and take over to do an assignment. But if it's structured very well, I believe that it'll be a good thing.
So, welcome to the Center for Digital Technologies, the Navajo Technical University's fabrication lab. And what we do here is provide materials and tools and a space for students to apply their engineering and other technology knowledge. So we foster hands-on learning here to help with the foundational learning so that they can apply their engineering theories here. We have an array of 3D printers, a bunch of hand tools, a CNC machine, a lot of metrology equipment. So we provide space for working on everything that anybody in the school can utilize here, so that we can really provide that experience for students. What we really like to do is to have the students not, for example, just know what torque is, but handle a torque wrench and apply torque to something. Have that real world connection with the engineering concepts.
So one of the things that we basically developed was the idea of having the students, the electrical engineering students that are hired as research assistants to be integral part of the research effort, and actually have each student identify research areas. Some of those being directly related to satisfying the goals of the grant, and then other areas being those that might lead to what their interest in their careers and things are. And so each of the students is now working in that capacity. They're really working as a graduate student, even and even above what's normal for a lot of graduate students. And I think what makes it doable is that we have a good group of students that are that are very committed to learning, and they see the value in in making NTU a successful college. And so
Yade, she ya had to tabaha in she, na jini shlon, taniza ni bushes chin, send you kinesh che, do destination nale. I laid at Balak I dan shahan, laid at steamboat, Willie Haggy, Naha Costa. That's where I'm from. I'm an electrical engineering student here. And my name is Hanson Tapaha, and I basically just introduced myself in Navajo. It's something that we usually do. One of our customs on the Navajo reservations amongst our people. I was basically working on a rover on my own, and Dr. Romine had taken notice of that, and he kind of talked me into doing a project with some other students, and we traveled to Washington, D.C. over the summer, and we got to show a project, which is a 3D laser scanner. From that experience, I got to speak with Dr. John Holdren, the Chief Science Advisor for the President, and I believe it snowballed from there, which eventually we got to get awarded this grant.
Nicholas Begay, and I'm in the electrical engineering and mathematics program here at Navajo Technical University. Basically, my input into this project is helping Conrad with understanding the code and helping him research. And basically, it's ROS, which is robotics operating system. Well, here at Navajo Technical University, there's 8 of us interns working for Dr. Romine, and we're each doing our own research.
My name is Conrad Begay. I am in the electrical engineering degree program, and for today we are working on a competition called Swarmathon, and it's dealing with virtual simulation using robots. And what we have is we have our simulation, which is right here, and right now we are running the program, which we have three virtual robots, and these robots are in a square basically, and the kind of programming they're using is what they call high performance parallel programming, which in this fact it's using basically what they call single instruction multiple data, and this is all running at parallel, so they're all running off of the same program to do their job. So once they run into an object, they'll turn, right now they're going to 1.5 radians, so when they run into an object they'll turn 1.5 towards the other direction, and then they'll move towards, and once they get to what they call a resource, they'll go back to that 1.5 and they'll go straight back to the center where they drop off the resource.
My name is Christopher Owens. I've been Gallup for pretty much most of my life, and I come from University of New Mexico. I transferred here in the fall of 2015. So this is my second semester here. This place is a lot of opportunities here. So far I got an internship at NASA, and I'm really excited for that. It's a rare thing to do, rare thing to have in your life.
Good morning. My name is Kirsch Davis. I'm an electrical engineering student. My clans in Navajo are Tsinajini, Nishle, Takachini, Bashischin, Bitani, Dashiche, Kiani, Dashinele. Well, first of all, I've been going to school here for about 4 years now. I started off in energy systems, which started off from residential wiring, then going off to energy systems for my Associate of Applied Science degree. With that, I guess I just wanted more in life. I wanted to have a sustainable living, which brought me to pursue my bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. Through my energy systems degree, my associate's applied science degree, I did 2 internships with NASA, which got me started and wanting more in life. I figured if I can work for NASA for 2 summers, I could probably do way more, pursuing my bachelor's degree. With my unmanned aerial systems, I wanted to 3D print my own rotocraft, and with that to present it to the Maker Fair down in Washington, D.C. this summer. It's basically an unmanned aerial vehicle. Everyone knows it, considers it a drone. With this project, I'm going to be printing most of the parts, and I'm going to be ordering stuff online to integrate into the system, which will be stuff I can't manufacture myself. Would be motors, propellers, so forth. But this project, it should be cost effective, through printing our own parts here at school, which will be part of the fabrication lab, and with this I can get the part of the fab lab involved with 3D printing.
My name is Eric Bigodi. I'm attending school here at Navajo Technical University in Crown Point, New Mexico. I am majoring in electrical engineering. I'm from Gallup, New Mexico. I chose electrical engineering because it's more of a challenge. I like science and math classes. I came to Navajo Tech mainly because it's closer to home, and financially it was a better option for me. Right now I'm doing research on a prosthetic robotic finger. I chose it mainly because on the Navajo Nation, diabetes is a major issue, and a lot of people have amputations related to diabetic complications. And I was going to do a hand, but I noticed there's less research on individual prosthetic fingers, so that's why I chose it. And I look forward to working with the high school students in the fall with the dual credit program for pre-engineering.
I'm really looking forward to helping out high school students, especially that since we have like a dual credit with various high schools, and I think with that dual credit, high school students will be able to jump into the classes that are on their degree checklist instead of taking prerequisites, and it probably make or we'll probably have a better graduation rate at the end too. And with these online courses, it could help these high school students get a glance of what college is and what electrical engineering is about too.
I'm really looking forward for the high school students to come in here that will be taking the courses online, and I'm just here to help them in whichever I can with their studies in engineering, electrical engineering and programming. I just hope that you keep on continuing after maybe a semester or so. I know the school is small and it's still growing, but it'll blossom into something bigger. So good luck.
What do you make out of it?
Was a liquid one though.